Welcome. Let's see. Get a little higher there. Welcome. Apologies for the mess back there, but we are getting there. Guys, I decided to jump on 10 minutes early today just to get a head start on everything here, but I'm going to wait a few minutes and then see if, some other people join here. But guys, for everyone who has joined, thank you so much for joining here on the next Lemon live stream. Here we're going to be talking a little bit about Scream 7. On top of that, diving into a little bit of screenwriting, what it takes to be a screenwriter, different traits, different things I take based off of screenwriting. And guys, I'm excited to kind of, follow through with certain things that are pretty big right now that are going to be happening. As you can see right here, probably on this computer, that light is a little overexposed, isn't it? But right here, right now, I am writing my first ever slasher film, and can I just fucking tell you, it is so fucking good. Wayne Turner, hi man, what is up? Wayne Turner, hi. It is 12:21 p.m. Sunday here in Sydney, Australia. Lovely. Thank you so much for taking time out of your afternoon to watch some Lemony news, and I'm extremely excited to get started here. But again, Scream 7, we're going to be diving into that first, talking a little bit about what the news is, what the groove is, and what's going to happen here. I'm going to let you guys watch me fix this light because it needs to be fixed. But there we go. A little less overexposed there. It is right there as well. Let's see. Need to get some filters for these and get these to kind of go down a little bit. There we are. Lovely. Then we turn on our warm light. Look at that. No more overexposure. Oh, every time I sit here, it goes a little bit, but it's all right. But Wayne Turner says, Scream 7, the car crash of casting. What casting? Dude, exactly. Now, I love talking Scream on this channel. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love it. But the issue right now is Spyglass. That's really it, They're obviously trying to figure out who is going to direct the next installment of Scream, but they're also trying to decide who to bring back, because that's what you're showing on the screen. Is you're showing these specific people on the screen to come back and do something specific for something that is actually, going to be worth seeing. And the idea is to create something, again, unique and different, but also keep the traits of the original films. And I think that's a huge thing, a part of it, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. But yes, Wayne, Spyglass. Reaper Kid, what is up, man? Reaper Kid says, what's up? I was trying to hurry so I wouldn't miss your live. Currently heating up my Chipotle. I'm hungry as fuck. Dude, I feel that. Again, I think you all know I'm a dad, but my kids just turned 2 today. So that is awesome. And, well, not today, but they had a party today. They turned 2 a few days ago. But it was fun, seeing the family, seeing friends and revisiting everyone's lives, and I think everyone kind of, who has family get-togethers, if you do, that you understand that, my wife is like, you got to do this live stream. You got to do it. She's like, you got to do it. And I'm like, yes, the fans need it. The Lemon Nation needs the Lemony news. But Reaper Kid, oh, great. Happy belated birthday for them, man. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Reaper, I did email you, or I set up a draft at least. I'm emailing you the credentials, the things that you need for those hoodies, for your specific hoodie. But yeah, man, don't worry about that. You're going to get that hoodie soon. I'm getting those pre-orders in. I just had a different design come in that I thought was honestly really fit the graphics of what I was trying to go with originally. And I think it looks fantastic. So I think you're really going to enjoy the hoodie. It's going to be worth the wait. So thank you. But other than that, Wayne Turner says they should be casting first, then write it. And this is in relation to Scream 7 for those who just joined. If it means delayed until 1996, aka 30th anniversary of the original, so be it. Don't rush it, or it will most likely be trash. Wayne, I agree, man. And I'm, as you guys keep commenting, I'm going to keep, going down the list here and commenting on, and responding to all of your guys' messages here. But Wayne, I agree, dude. If that means there is a delay for the 30th anniversary of the original, I think that, it's like one of those things that I think is something that we can really benefit from. But the original thing is like the original thing, you can't rush it. You can't rush Scream. You can't rush any type of trilogy, no matter what it is. Friday the 13th, especially, I was a huge fan of Friday the 13th back in the day. And now I'm gotten to the point where I'm just like, I'm a little bit weary about that whole saga there. But yeah, man, I 100% agree that, it'll most likely be trash if things go in a direction that I believe they're about to go down in. Spyglass would just be better off selling the rights. That's all I'll say right there. But they'd just be better off selling the rights. But 100%, Wayne, 100%. Will you ever have your wife on a live stream? Ha ha ha. In the future, if she's comfortable with it. And again, Wayne Turner, this is you. But, dude, I think that she would definitely enjoy doing it. I've thought about it a lot, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to get her to do some movie reactions, maybe to movies that she hasn't seen before. I thought that would be really fun and entertaining for people to watch. And I'm willing to try different things on this channel, since I've, kind of been bouncing back and forth in the real world with different jobs and stuff. I've, come to this place in life where I'm like, either you go all in or you don't, what do you have to lose? And you do have a lot on the line, but at the same time, it's like for yourself, what do you have to lose in your own mind as a singleton, as a single person in your own mind? But as a relationship to my family, it's like, I got to pay the bills. So, but hopefully soon when the channel's a little bigger, we can get there. Most definitely. Reaper Kid. Okay, I'll check it and be on the lookout. Awesome, dude. Cool deal. Wayne Turner 2026. I think you're responding back to that question you asked earlier. They should be casting first. Yeah. 100% agree, man. But Wayne, you also said, do you have a Facebook page or Instagram page for your channel? Yes, sir, I do. I have an Instagram page for my channel. Facebook's like off the radar, but Instagram page is Real Cinema Lemons. Just look it up on Instagram. You should find me with that, lemon in my mouth. But go check it out, man. I'm going to be posting on there a lot more frequently now. I think the idea is to create enough content so I can keep posting regularly and not fall behind. And getting used to the flow of the whole YouTube system. And I think that's one thing I'm really trying to adjust to right now is work-life balance, as well as YouTube and other things, balancing all of that out right now has been tough, but it's a lot of fun. Still a lot of fun though. But then you also said, how can we watch your short film Beautiful? Now, I will be releasing my short film Beautiful, but you will have to pay for a subscription in the future in order to see it early. Now, eventually I will have it out, after that full subscription. But if you want to see it early, let me know, and I will keep that in check, keep that in thought. I love the idea of releasing it on a couple of other platforms that I've been checking out for YouTube. And I think once we hit that 500 subscription mark, that's when we'll start doing the subscriptions on another platform. But I will not be charging here on YouTube. I don't see the point of that. I want to give you guys the best content possible for free, without charging a damn dime. So, but that's for the future, guys. That's for the future. I have a lot of things behind the scenes that I'm working on that I'm going to be posting. I think I was checking out Patreon. I think that was the other one. Very interested in doing stuff on there. Very, very interested in having a different resource for everyone to kind of go to and subscribe to. And of course, eventually you guys would be supporting the channel. If you guys do subscribe to that eventually. Here, and I don't have a specific date yet. Working on the dates and stuff like that when I'm going to be putting all that out. But as of right now, I think that Beautiful is so fucking good as an indie self-financed short film that just took my heart and soul to write this film. And again, we're going to be getting into writing later, guys, and I'm more than happy to answer questions about my writing process for Beautiful. If you guys haven't heard the plot or anything like that, go check out the trailer. It's on like it's the very last video on my page. I'm pretty sure it's the first video I post on here, actually. And that was just to kind of give an idea to people, what I do specifically, and that is, of course, talk horror films and make them. But so I think that soon there will be some sort of subscription-based, platform for you guys to go to and check out my short film Beautiful early. And then once it's out of the film festivals, once it's done, it's runtime in festivals, I will release it for free out on YouTube. So you can either stick around for that, but if you do subscribe to that eventually, it would be supportive, very supportive to the channel and all that fun stuff. So, but guys, that is soon to come. Let's talk some more Scream stuff, man. I have one thing for you guys that I am really excited to, pursue doing my own Scream fan film. There are some things right now I'm trying to work out that are very beneficial to the project to make it good. I don't want to do something stupid. I don't want to release anything that's just cheesy as shit. So it's making sure that I have the right things in line for the short. And if I have to push it back, I have to push it back. That's how filmmaking works. You as a filmmaker need to make good decisions to guide your team and be a leader, in a direction of like, hey, this is what needs to happen for the project itself. But what I do believe we can do is create something unique within Scream that has a benefit to, who we are as, not just fans, horror fans, but also, continuing the saga in a way that has the ability to not just, drag out these main characters to a point of like, okay, like this is why they're here. Like, for example, Sam is the daughter of Billy Loomis, which was an interesting surprise at the time. But the more you think about it over time, it doesn't stick with you. Not like how, Billy was Sydney's boyfriend, but also, killed her mother and framed somebody who Sydney thought, that's a whole backstory in between that's just super fucked. And I do believe that our opportunity for Scream has been to watch these movies. It's been a privilege. But I do think that Spyglass went a direction that just was fucking bullshit. Completely bullshit. And they could have gone with the standard Sidney Prescott story when she's, older, a new killer's on the rise, and they could have made it the same person throughout all three movies. Instead of at the end of the movie figuring out who it is, we have just, three movies that are supposed to be one. I thought that would be very, very interesting to see. So, you have a full story arc over the course of three movies. That would be pretty badass. But anyways, let me answer some questions here in the comments. But Wayne, I will follow you on Instagram then, though I go on Facebook a lot more. Totally understand that, dude. A lot of people use Facebook. I have never been... I've never been a big fan of Facebook. I have used Facebook mainly for like advertising for my wedding photography business, videography business as well. And, things grew from there and it was awesome. Everything went great. But I think that when we have to make a choice when it comes to content, I find TikTok. I'm on TikTok as well. You can either find it. I think I just changed the username to Real Cinema Lemons on there as well. But look me up on TikTok as well, guys. I'm on there. So Instagram, TikTok, and of course here on YouTube. So go check me out, guys. I'm going to be posting more frequently on there. I'll have stuff scheduled out. But yeah, go check me out on there. But Facebook, again, is just, one of those platforms that I just can't be on consistently. I think there's a lot of, gossip and things like that happens on there. Not very many good things about it that I can say. But Instagram has just had that consistency of, letting out your inner self and really showcasing that, which is beautiful. I love Instagram for that reason. But I was thinking about getting rid of it because I'm just, again, not huge on all of that social media stuff, except for YouTube, really. I just enjoy YouTube a lot more. But guys, yes, that is my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on Instagram. And of course, Twitter, I think I'll be coming out with something soon. I did have Twitter before, but I kind of let that go. And yeah, other than that, I think it's just, learning certain things about certain platforms that you can utilize and benefit yourself from. But anyways, guys, let's move on to the next one. Reaper Kid, I like your thoughts and ideas. Should be a director. Can't wait to see your Scream fan film. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. Scream in general has so many different things right now going on for it. I think making a short film about my introduction to how a Scream movie would start, I thought would be a really cool idea. Now, again, that's all I can really say about it. I think that, going into it, you all are like, oh, this is Scream, which is a good feeling. But it moves in a direction I think is very unexpected. And everyone's going to be like, oh, shit, really? And I'm looking for that kind of reaction, But anyways, yeah, I think that it's going to be good. It's going to be good to shoot a film that, with a character that has meant so much to you for so long. But thank you, Reaper Kid, for being such a loyal and amazing subscriber. I said we have 7 people on here, guys. 7 people. Let's bring it up. Let's bring the comments up, guys. We need more questions. I need to answer more things, Of course, we got Gerald over here. He's chilling with us tonight, having a blast. So we're gonna be answering just horror film comments and shit. We can even talk about Terrifier a little bit if you guys want. I'm excited for Terrifier 3. I think that's gonna be a fucking awesome movie. Stream as well. I rewatched the trailer actually earlier today, and it was an interesting concept to just see some similar shots, similar things I've seen quality wise when it comes to horror. But I thought it was interesting, that these movies are very much made by the same people, of course, and that tone is just carried throughout the next type of horror film. But slashers in general are amazing. Art the Clown is probably one of the most terrifying for sure. I fucking love it. So, but it's extremely interesting what they're doing with slasher films nowadays. Myself personally, I fucking love making or watching a good slasher movie, which is what truly inspired me to write my own here. And actually, as of right now, I am on re-editing a lot of scenes. Page 22, and it is a bedroom scene that is pretty damn terrifying. Can't say a lot about it, but it's pretty fucking awesome. All right. There we go. All right. There we go. No, I found it. So Wayne Turner says, how is being a car wash manager going? I work in retail, electronics, and white goods shop. Best thing, I get a massive discount on physical media at another store they own. Now, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. If I'm reading really slow, it's because the print's really small. I'm trying to figure out how to zoom in fully. I think that can do it. Yeah, that does it a little better for me. But that's awesome, man. Retail is definitely something fun. People can definitely enjoy. Car wash management. So I haven't really announced this to you guys yet, but I recently left that car wash to try and pursue getting another job in media, and production and figuring out where the next few steps are in my career, because I think starting this YouTube channel, the idea was to build a community and have that community follow throughout, the entire journey. And I can't wait to look back 10 years from now and be like, guys, what is up? And I've grown so much with you to talk more about what we've done as a community, the movies that I have directed, and the ability to create a slasher series as well is like a dream of mine. And I'm hoping this works. I'm hoping Hello There works. And for those of you who don't know, the title of my slasher film is Hello There, and it is very brutal. And it took a lot out of me the past few days to write this script. And I want to answer more questions on that for sure. But I think, as of Scream 7, as of Scream as a whole, this is the slasher franchise that made people like myself, and I'm sure a lot of you other viewers out there can relate to this, who want to be filmmakers, to keep a dream flowing, in your head, that is like, this is what slasher is about. Slasher is about the whodunit. Slasher is about a main antagonist that is extremely, beautiful and easy to follow, and as well as an outcome that is worthwhile. And seeing that on the big screen, for the first time in my life, I was, probably around 12, 13 years old. I was really little when I saw my first Scream movie. And again, it was like that period of time that just really took a toll on me. It was like, hey, I need to do something like this. I need to do shit like this. It's awesome. But yeah, man, the car wash industry just, was for me, and sadly now isn't. But that's okay. Things change in life, and you got to just keep moving forward. But Wayne, you said I have never been on TikTok. Excuse me. But yeah. TikTok, man, is an interesting platform. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Still am not a huge fan of it. But the idea is not just to, release content. The idea is to create a community. And so if we can gain more, followers from that as a community, and encourage people to talk more horror with us, that's really going to grow the outcome. That's really going to grow the channel. And it's really going to grow the lovely perspective that everyone's looking for, based off of how consistent you can be as a community and working together to make something big, and I love that. But, we got to utilize these new technologies nowadays, man. We have to adapt. It sucks, but we got to. It's crazy what they're coming out with nowadays. These AI robots and all that shit. It's fucking crazy. But Reaper Kid, yeah, thumbs up, smiley face. At this rate, you just may become a huge YouTube star. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. The overall outcome, man, the overall goal is to build a fan base of slasher movies together in a community. And I know it sounds cheesy, but guys, it's true. It's true. And, people like myself who just adapt by these movies, who just, learn stuff from these movies and utilize the main characters or the protagonists, inner feelings to relate, and continue on in your own life. And, I think movies come out in a way where it's like, brings you into a different reality that shows so much love and grace to what you can do. So there we go. But yeah, that's really what I think, man. That's really what I think. But I really appreciate the beautiful, amazing comment you made. Thank you so much. But Wayne Turner, have you seen Scream fan film Red Right Hand, made by Killjoy Jake? If yes, thoughts. If not, it is free on YouTube. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have seen it all the way through, and it was great. Jake is one of those YouTubers who really inspired me as well, to kind of open up a little bit more about my perspective of horror and filmmaking. But dude, yes, I saw it, and I thought it was great. His perspective persuaded me to do, something in my own head when watching it, and it persuaded me to rethink the slasher genre. That there's something new and fresh for every generation, every decade, and he did it in a way that was like super like it was like it's like watching a documentary. It was so cool. But Killjoy, shout out to you, brother. Fantastic job on Red Right Hand. Congratulations on that. And good luck, man, on the future of your channel as well. Would love to work with you one day. 100%. Do something fun. But Wayne Turner also said, I recommend an Australian slasher called Needles. A mysterious killer is killing people off with a voodoo doll. Very inventive kills. Sounds interesting, dude. Sounds very interesting. I would like to check it out. It's called Needles. A mysterious killer is killing people off in a voodoo doll. It's interesting. Voodoo doll is like the last thing I would think of to use in a slasher film. But the premise sounds interesting. Hopefully the story has some compelling characters that I could really relate to. Not just relate to, but really follow emotionally. And I think that's very important when it comes to a movie. But tell me about it. I'd love to hear more about it. I'm kind of one of those people who's like, tell me more about the movie before I watch the movie, just to make sure it's a good movie. But no, I'll definitely check it out. Maybe I'll do a review on it. Who's interested? Comment below right now if you think I should do a review on it. But let me know. Reaper Kid, I really want to see your fan film. Dude, of course, me too. I'd love to see it as well. It's going to be done soon. Guys. And I will keep you posted every single week on the community page. And we will discuss a little bit more about what the outcome could be. So there is that. DJ Jack. I got to check out Red Right Hand. Yes, sir. Go check it out. Killjoy Jake. Very, very awesome YouTuber. A lot of good skills, a lot of good speech skills. Vocabulary is up there with horror films. And, dude, I think he's really cool. He's a really cool guy. But yeah, go check it out, dude. Hell yeah. It's freaking awesome. Wayne, I skipped you. I'm going to go back a little bit. There we go. Wayne Turner says, so the car is wise. Yes, sir. I hope you mean like in general. Car wash site manager, man. That's what's good, right? That's what's good. All right. But you are about the same age as Jake. I think we are. I think Jake and I are actually the same age, if I'm not mistaken. But 100%, dude. I love Jake. I love watching his channel. He's hilarious. He's a good guy. DJ Jack, I got to check out Red Right Hand. We already read that part. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on it. I think out loud a lot, guys, so don't hate me for that. But thanks for sharing your thoughts on it. Yeah, of course, dude. Definitely. Craving something scary. What's up, dude? What is up? But Craven says, hey, man, had to stop by and say hello. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for being a part of this Lemony Nation. And man, I'm excited to see what else you bring on your channel. I've been watching a lot of your stuff lately and had my thoughts and opinions, and I think it's very much worthwhile. But DJ, you also saying hello to Craven. I'm glad we're all kind of meeting in one place. This is awesome, building the community strong here, and it's beautiful. But yeah, Craven, hell yeah, man. I think you have a lot of good stuff coming out, dude, and I'm excited to see what the rest of your thoughts are on Scream and what the future holds for it, dude. I think the opportunities here are growing, and Scream is like one of those things where there's a lot of speculations and a lot of interesting things happening, and it's awesome to see such an emotional ride for people to like be a part of something great, and that meaning like a slasher series that brings people together. And Scream has the opportunity to keep growing in that way. Hopefully the next director will do a good job, and whoever that person may be, that's going to be, the best thing possible for a slasher franchise to continue on in a way where it's positive and doesn't feel negative in any way. Craven, if you haven't heard, man, I am making my own slasher series. Trying to make it a franchise eventually if I can. I love the thought and the idea of that, but I'm focusing on this one subject that is very deep, very heavy. I've been writing it for some time now, man, and it's turning into a feature. So I'm excited to do that. It's titled Hello There. And yeah, it's going to be a very interesting thing to do. Self-financing the entire film. There's probably a few investors will get involved just for, certain legal reasons, and to make this thing just full blown professional and beautiful, which I'm excited to see. I'm 100% excited to see, especially with a bigger budget. It's going to be awesome. It's a huge blessing to be with certain people who are, wanting to do the same thing. And, that's the best thing. But yeah, man, good to hear from you. Good to hear from you. Wayne Turner. I have Needles on DVD. All the Australian cast, including Ben. I do not know how to pronounce that last name. Oh, he's from Rogue One. Okay. Gotcha. John Jarrett. Is it Jarrett? I think Jarrett sounds right. Wolf Creek. Okay. An Aussie from TV's Vikings, etc. Okay. Gotcha. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, no, I need to check it out. I'm surprised I haven't seen it. That's awesome. But I will definitely go check it out 100%. But Craven down here at the bottom. Awesome. Best of luck on your project, man. I look forward to hearing more about it as it progresses. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to stepping on set and yelling those magical words, action, and cut. That's what every filmmaker dreams to do, is just sit there and yell those words. But all jokes aside, it's a work in progress, and I really appreciate the support. But it is going to be a few years till this project really comes to life, and I can't wait to look back at this video and say, look, dude, you fucking made it. You made it. But yeah, guys, thank you, Craven. Really appreciate the support, man. There we go. We're updating here. Wayne Turner, Needle is from 2010. Not okay. The little emoji thing is in front of the rest of the words here. No at the end. No S at the end. Oh, Needle. Well, I'll definitely check it out. Maybe a movie reaction. Comment there if you guys think a movie reaction would be interesting to see on the channel. I've never done one before. It's gonna be interesting recording myself for an hour and some change, but what's some fun? That's some fun stuff, man. I definitely think I want to do that for the channel and start doing some movie reactions. And if you guys have any suggestions, leave it right there in these boxes. I'll screenshot it for later and be like, hey, let's watch this movie. Let's do this one. And maybe I'll ask my wife to join if everyone's a fan of that happening. But yeah. Oh, nice. There we go. Now we're updating. Wayne Turner, how is the cough, Craven? Asking Craven about the cough. And then the movie reactions. Yes, brother. Yes, Wayne. Movie reactions are going to be awesome, dude. I would love to do that. I think that building the community based off of, talking about horror films and all that kind of stuff is great. But like watching them together is something that, I would love to do. And of course, get everyone's full on reaction. And it's just, that's just sounds like a really good time to me. I've watched other reactions before, and, I want them to be entertaining and exciting, and carried in a way where it's like, there can be entertainment on top of the entertainment that we're entertained by. So, but I think it'd be a lot of fun. It would definitely be a lot of fun. But Reaper Kid, yep, same here. I'm all good too. But good to hear that you're getting better there. Craven. Wayne Turner, you seen the Human Centipede trilogy? LOL. Reaction to that and Tusk. Okay, I've seen both. Actually, I haven't seen all three Human Centipede movies. I haven't. I've only seen, I think it's the first two. Let me know if there's more. I think there's only three, right? But I have seen the first two, and brutal movies, disgusting. Never really liked them like that, just because of how weird that whole thing kind of pushed it a little too far, in my opinion, in some places. But definitely interesting movies. Tusk was interesting as well. I thought Tusk was one of those movies that just felt, very Blumhouse / A24-ish, those kinds of feels. And just a lot of jitters. Let me know if that was produced by A24. I can't remember. I think it was. Tusk was an A24 film. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. There we are updating. But yeah, guys, I think horror movies in that case, where it comes to being, I guess you can use the Scream terminology, elevated. I would say that it's gotten to the point now where it's like they need to stop using too much emotion and go back to the whole slice and dice thing. Quote from Scream 1. And I think that that's the idea, is to go back and relate to that original stuff, but give it some more elevated twists to it, while you have somebody coming after someone, slicing them in half every 5 minutes. But not really. At the same time, it's like you want to build a very compelling story that has meaning behind it, not just for the filmmaker but for the audience. So I do believe that that's going to be something awesome. But I think building a slasher trilogy is something that you really have to do carefully. The responsibility level is like heavy. You feel like you're making a classic, when you're writing one, and it's a very fun time. We're going to get into more of the screenwriting process here in a little bit. I'm going to answer a few more of these comments here in the live stream, here in the chat room, and we're going to have some fun with it, guys. I think that if we talk a little bit more about what the future of slasher films holds for us, I think that when it comes to 2023, we had quite a few slasher films that just were interesting to see, a different take and twist to it. But I've been noticing a lot of films have been going back in relations to like Back to the Future, and some older films that just have that twist to it. Going back in time was weird for Totally Killer, but it was an interesting premise at the same time. Freaky as well, switching bodies. You had that relation to Freaky Friday. That was another one that I thought was interesting to see. But the list goes on, and I don't want it to go in a direction where it's just like not scary anymore. I love the premises of those movies. I just wish they were darker. I wish there was more of a grab to the throat whenever you're watching this, and it says like, hey, this is what's happening for it. This is what's going on, because the idea is just to capture the audience and bring them with you, have them fear that in the moment. And that can be any scene throughout the movie. That can even be something as simple as two-way dialogue on some line coverage or triangle coverage, whatever way you're shooting it. So I do think that it's better to create something in that sense and not push the limits too far, especially when it comes to light-toned horror films. But yeah, I do think a lot of these new slasher characters have a lot of potential if they went a different route in certain places. But I think the only good one right now that just came out is Thanksgiving. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure a lot of you may have other opinions on stuff, but I mean, you got to agree with me that John Carver mask is creepy. The way he moves, especially with holding the axe and stuff, I think it's very important with how your killer moves is by just, doing certain things, especially with a knife and coming down on someone. It's like you want that motion to be projected a certain way. John Carver has done that, and I think that the future of it really holds something unique for sure. Well, let's get back here to the comments, guys. What the hell am I doing? Talking too much. Y'all are like chatting up a storm here, and I freaking love it. I'm missing out on the conversations. But yeah, guys, I really do love slasher movies to that extent. Wayne Turner says, I want someone to do a watch along while eating to movies like The Human Centipede. Don't make me do that. Dang. Oh, man, I might do that now. Oh, man. Oh, that would be awful. Eating popcorn while watching someone's tongue go into somebody else's. No. No, sir. But I might do it for you guys. I might do it. Don't worry, it's just water. Gotta stay hydrated, guys. But yeah, I think that, doing something like that would be really interesting for the channel. I want to be able to build something, based off of how, people relate to these types of things, and that could be something as not simple as eating while watching the Human Centipede. But that is a good suggestion. Definitely will take it up into consideration. But okay, Craven, you have confirmed. Thank you so much. A24, yes. Tusk is an A24 film. So yeah, I thought it was. Gosh, I haven't seen that movie in a minute though. It was creative. It was different. I thought the ending was really strange. I thought the design of the walrus was really cool. I loved how the shape, the body was basically built around it. He was sewn into it. So it's like he can't even escape it. That's his new body. Literally folded inside out. It's creepy. It's so creepy. I freaking love that part. But I think the tone should have been broken down. The darkness was good for the, first, I think I'd say, 25 minutes, 30 minutes into the movie, 25 minutes, from what I remember. But I do believe that, that whole thing was awesome how it carried out throughout that project. But yeah, Tusk is great. That's a good movie. I should do a reaction to my wife. Babe, if you're watching this, we're doing movie reactions. We have to. Look at the fans. They're like, we got to do it. Lemon Nation is speaking. And I would love to do trailer reactions too, but I just can't seem to get the timing. I got to get the timing right on these things. It's the life of having kids. Running around all the time, doing a bunch of other stuff around the household, and also working full-time jobs. I think that catching trailers sometimes is like, darn, because I love to do those reactions right there and then when it comes out, because I don't look my phone at all if I'm at work. And in the sense of like for movie trailers and stuff like that, just can't. But I try to multitask them sometimes. I did try to multitask. But Wayne, sadly, I got to go. You're probably already gone, man. I'm being slow in these comments here. Sadly, I got to go. Meeting my parents for free food. Nice, man. AKA lunch. Thanks for having me, everyone. Lemons especially. Enjoy and buy all. Toast to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to go enjoy a beer after this for sure. I think that I think my limit's like maybe 6. Can have an entire 6-pack. But anyways, brother, thank you for joining here on the Lemon Nation episode of awesomeness. But guys, no, seriously, this is great. We've had a great audience today. Shout out to Craven Something Scary. Brother, you have inspired me as well. To get started and to speak out on this channel and to do something different. If you're still on this, thank you for your inspiration. Really appreciate it. Craven, without you, Scream still wouldn't be the same without a lot of these YouTubers. But Craven, without you, brother, Scream wouldn't be the same either. Brought a lot of joy to me on darker days, man. A lot of darker days. All right. Scrolling down there. Reaper Kid. Nev said she loves the cast, the movies, and her iconic role as Sidney Prescott. She doesn't want to see the franchise die, so I feel like that she be enough for her to return, regardless of the pay. That she would honestly be enough. And I think that this, it's complicated right now because as much as I want Neve Campbell to come back into Scream, it's getting to the point now where it's just like, should we wait? Like, should we just cut all ties right now, stop the whole development stage, and just let it breathe? Let the last 2 films breathe, have that little gap, come back to it in the next year, say, hey, Nev, this is what we want to do. We think this is a good route to go. And then go back to Melissa as well. And I've heard a lot of rumors, speculations, Craven, from you, actually, I think, as well as I think Jake as well, talking a little bit about Neve Campbell. And a lot of people have, their speculations about if Patrick Dempsey would return. And Patrick Dempsey is, of course, the killer in the most recent film, Thanksgiving. he pulls off a pretty decent psychopath. But my wife is from the north. You know, she's from Massachusetts, and she's like, the accent's off. It's off. The more I've heard the accent, the more I've been like, okay, I get what she's saying now. So I will have to disappoint you there that, you know, Patrick Dempsey's voice or his Massachusetts accent wasn't there. And I think that the idea was like there, but it was like, okay, there should have been more, you know, points hit with more beats hit with the language there with yeah. So there we go. Oh gosh, my computer's freezing. I was like, what is going on? It started doing this weird thing. And I have a Mac, man. I have one of the most recent Macs here. And it's still doing weird things. Might be storage. I don't know. But like every 5 seconds, it like does this little glitchy thing on the chat box. And it like I see people commenting, then it just like kind of flashes for a second and then stops. I'm like, something wrong with the screen LCD, but on any other app, I haven't seen that happen except for just this. But it could just be because of that whole chat box thing. All right. And of course, you know, let me see. There we are. All right. Now it's updating. But yes, Reaper, I 100% agree, man. I think they might get her. They might get her back eventually. They might. There we go. Craven, you are welcome, man. Much appreciated you for joining this live stream and supporting the Lemon Nation. Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. You could all see it on my face. I'm all partied out, man. I spent a lot of time with family today, and I'm like, oh, you are also my family. You are also my family. I have to spend time with you too. There's no stopping. Lemon Nation. Lemons flying that right, Gerald. Yeah. He agrees. He agrees. I'm not psychotic. Trust me, I'm not. I love lemons. I mean, why not? Lemons fly, man. Lemons fucking fly. But guys, yes. We are hitting on that 48-minute mark. Of course, you guys know that my live streams are an hour and a little bit of change there. Just to kind of say the outro. But, you know, I truly do want to talk about the screenwriting process today. Give you guys a little insight of what, you know, softwares I use, how I go through my story arcs and how I present those on the page before showing to anybody else. But guys, if you haven't already, if you're new to the channel, if you're, you know, not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. You know, it helps a lot, as well as liking every single video, liking these live streams. Let's get those likes up on the video. We see 7 likes. That's a great start. You know, it's great today. And every single share, guys, is also another opportunity for us to expand the community and give them the opportunity to speak out as well about horror films, about their thoughts on it. And, you know, we all live in this reality of horror, guys. We can all relate there, which I freaking love that. I freaking love that. But let me see there. Let's go. But guys, let's go ahead and talk a little about the screenwriting process. So as you all know right now that I've been working on Hello There, my horror film, my slasher film, my baby for the past couple months now. And you know, finishing Beautiful was more of that long-term relationship that you just didn't fully see going anywhere, but you still stuck with it because you felt like it was the right thing to do. That's how that movie felt to me. I had the idea for Beautiful, which if you all don't know the plot or the synopsis or the overall idea, the spectral of it, it's basically a mash of Lord of the Rings, Alfred Hitchcock's Rebecca, and Psycho mashed into one. And it's a short film, just literally a couple sequences from the feature film idea that I took out to make a short film out of. And this particular section doesn't even happen until like maybe 30 pages into the feature. But the idea came from watching Rebecca, a very emotional, impactful movie about a toxic relationship that takes place in your own mind. And that sways in a way where it's like, what is happening? How does that feel to you as an individual? Moving into a psychological perspective, which was Psycho. Now, Norman Bates is one of the most terrifying serial killers out there, dressing up as his mother because of his empathy and secret, love officiated affair in his own mind. Lust is kind of what that kind of came to play. And speaking of lust, Lord of the Rings, what happened in Lord of the Rings? Well, this ring was keeping people from remembering who they are, and that driving them mad to the point of like insanity of how powerful this thing can truly be if you kept it for yourself. And taking those three ideas, those three plots into one place really put me in an emotional place for years, where I was like, I'd love to just write this emotional, in a way, kind of like what Ari Aster did, but a lot more psychological. And a lot more thrilling, with a lot more people involved. And it took a lot out of me to write a film based off of how emotional things can, go down emotionally, speaking in a toxic relationship, a relationship that you've built over time. And that relationship came to a point where it's like you could not fall out of it. You just loved it so much because that was your thing for such a long time. And building a relationship with someone over years and years and years is a tough thing. When something big in your life pops up, in both of your lives, it takes you out of place. And so to bring it into a full perspective, I will say that taking moments from my own life and putting it into this film was a no-brainer. I took those little things and I said, hey, let's talk about it in the story, and that's what I did. So I think Beautiful, the short film, has a little bit of that, but not everything that I wanted. So I will say that straight up, but it does have the perspective of what the overall story is about. Now, the movie's about a widower, recently widowed, who finds this diabolical relic that can give him the power and the ability to transform himself into another dimension to be able to see his wife. And of course, the end result is insane. And it puts him in a very emotional driven perspective of how toxic you can be, not just to everyone else, but yourself. Lusting over something, greed. And I think that is a great and awesome morality perspective on how life moves. Life can be very strange for those people who don't necessarily follow what their true desires are, and those desires can sometimes lead you down a really bad path. So I think that's where Beautiful stands. And the idea came from just, again, being in those types of relationships, toxic relationships, constantly arguing, abuse in a lot of ways mentally. And that puts you in a place where you can now say, hey, this is what I can do. And now I'm going to show it on the screen, So the idea of bringing Beautiful to life as a feature still is in the back burner. It's on the back burner. I think I want to focus on this slasher film, get this thing done. Connect that. There we go. And make a movie that so many people can just enjoy, But I'm excited, guys. I'm excited to see how far Hello There goes. And I want to dive into the next subject here, about screenwriting. That my number 2 on this would honestly be to figure out your story arc, figure out 3-point curve, is what I like to call it. And what it means is that you're basically going to draw a baseball and a triangle together, and you're going to mark that up in 3 different points and in different times, which is an interesting perspective. So a good example would be, I'll draw this really quick for you. Making some Deathly Hollows bullshit here. All right. So it's like that. And it looks a little silly, right? But the way I use it is to give you a certain point in time where you are going to show your audience something that they've been longing for the entire time since the movie started. And it looks kind of something like this. And this is something I actually recently came up with. This is something that I don't think I've ever taught anybody before. And this is my way of storytelling. I thought about writing a book in this way, but I don't think it would work as well. I think the idea is to create a movie, right? Create a moving picture. Take your story off the page and put it into a movie on the screen for people to watch, right? So let's go here. So if we take these points and we give it five points. So they're all labeled now. The first thing you can do is start with your intro, is what I like to call it, but setup. So the intro and the setup to your will basically go based off of one thing: how you're introducing your perspective on this world. What's going to be intriguing for you? That could be something as simple as a close-up on someone's face, or it could be something as simple as a aerial shot, rotating down, maybe, creating that illusion of something psychological that's about to happen, or something horrific, or maybe something beautiful, but not everyone's expecting or ready for it. It could be anything, literally. And I think that there are a lot of Tom Cruise movies, funny enough, that I believe have this kind of arc to it. Which Top Gun, actually the original Top Gun, kind of gave me that perspective on how to tell a story with such, crazy things happening, around the story as a whole. And that can be something as simple as flying in a plane. You can open up on your time right there on your timeline, an introduction shot of a plane flying really fast through the sky and getting some really sick action shots, and then leading into your main character's dialogue, right? So number 2 would be your hero. Let's go ahead and introduce you to the hero, right? Now, your hero is your number 2 because we want to know who your main character is. We want to know who is going to be there from start to finish, if they make it to the finish, because you never know. But hero is my number 2 for that particular reason, and that's to start introducing your character's perspective on the world itself. You have your perspective, so now let's see your character's perspective. But our number 3 is going to be the mission. Your character's mission is to go to Mount Doom and destroy the ring, right? Your character's mission is to find the killer before it's too late. Your character's mission is to find someone who can either help you or kill you, in a way. I use kill you because I'm in the middle of writing a slasher film. So I'm using this from a slasher film writer's perspective. Guys, we were coming up on an hour, just letting you all know. We got another 10, 15 on here. Pretty much after I'm done with this part. But yeah, I'm excited to kind of dive a little bit deeper into the writing process that I'm using. And again, number 3 being the mission. And again, that's giving your character the ability to find their way out of where they are. So, but number 4, I like to give it a funny one, but hopefully you guys will think it's funny. Call it the premature state. And the reason why is because if your story comes from a premature perspective, what is the idea of the hero going on this journey? And that is to figure out where they are in the state of their own mind when they're coming into it. So that could be something as simple as learning a new skill in martial arts, right? It can be something as simple as moving to a new place, or that could be something like giving your character a broken leg for 6 months, and now they have to relearn how to use that leg to kick or to run or do whatever. It's giving them something to push on for the rest of the film. And I think that that's a beautiful part to have during, your film as a whole. But the premature state is what I like to call that one. This last one right here is your end to the end. This means that you are setting up your ending before your ending even starts to approach, meaning that we're giving a little bit away of what's going to happen, but not too much to the point where you're going to, walk out of the theater and say, fuck this, I already know what's going to happen now. I don't want to know the rest. But it's giving your character a reason to live or die. And that means setting up, hey, your character, for example, Black Panther, the very first one. T'Challa goes and, gets thrown off the cliff and into the water, and then they find him and they bring him back, and it's giving him a reason there in the ancestry to come back or to, go back and redeem himself and reclaim his throne. And that is the idea. I believe that getting people on board with creating a movie that has an ending before it ends is what drives the character arc there. And I kind of in between, premature and the end to the end is that, I like to fit little points here and here as well. Right there on the sides. So you can see that right there and there. This means that you can put something in between that's going to help the character regain their strength, reboost their confidence to push forward a little bit further. And that's lovely. You want to keep that continuous balance of how these characters persist and continue the story to do it. Then eventually come in full circle to number 6, which is going to be the climax. I like to call it the hidden 6. The hidden 6. Okay. The reason why I call it the hidden 6 is because I don't want you to know about it. I don't want you to think about it. Your ending should come in time. I used to actually write this style. I used to write my ending first before I wrote the beginning, and I found out that that's not always the healthiest way. The best way to do it is to keep setting everything up until you get to that climax and then figure out who's next or what's next or how to move a character out of a situation that probably will get them injured, killed, or, out of there safely. Who knows? And that is setting up some intriguing balance between a very threatening situation. And myself as an audience member, I love to feel threatened by whatever is happening because it makes it feel more real. And that can come with, as simple as holding a gun up, right? Or as simple as holding a knife up, or, someone coming after your child, kidnapping your child, right? And that's giving the character an emotional drive to continue on. John Wick, his dog, that was one because his wife gave him that dog. Gonna fucking kill you now because of it. And that can lead into another film or just end there, right? You can either do that at the beginning of the movie or the end of the movie. it works both ways. That way you can either have a sequel or just leave it where it is and let people kind of think about what it is that could happen next or could happen next in the future for other installments. You never know. But guys, that is all I have right there for my story arc strategy. And this strategy has worked for me many, many times. I love it. It's consistent and it gives me the overall perspective. And when I've hit that number 5 end to the end mark, I then go into a trance of like, okay, now I can breathe. Now I can figure out who is going to end up posting up as this person, or what is the reveal here? What is the point of this movie as a whole? And I love the reasoning to be concluded at the end, because that is the end. Which I'm excited to see, what the future holds here at the Real Cinema Lemon Nation YouTube channel, guys. And if you guys haven't already, I want to actually, before I say the other thing I was going to say, I want to say this real quick, that I think what we should do is another giveaway of hoodies, but instead, I'm going to let you guys pick the merch. Whatever you guys think, all right? Between a few different products that I have in mind. And I will leave in the community page a little poll there for everyone, and you can vote. Let me know what you're thinking. And we're going to get our freaking horror movie on for the next few months, guys. I have a video coming out tomorrow. I'm excited for you guys to see that. And I have another video that is actually a theory video based off of Scream 7 that is coming out. And I also have another couple of ideas for videos. And of course, Wayne, I think you're the one who gave me the idea for something I think I'm going to try doing, honestly. I think it'd be a lot of fun to do it. But thank you so much for that idea, dude. I freaking loved it. But my Lemon Nation, thank you so much for joining the super sexy fucking Lemon Nation talking shit, man. It's fucking great. I'm excited to see what the future holds here. And again, guys, it's a blessing to be here with you guys and talk some horror. Let me know what your thoughts were real quick before we head out. Say your goodbyes, say your loves and your blessings, because, love you guys. Fucking lemons fly. Isn't that right, Gerald? Yeah. But it's going to be a lot of fun to see where we end up here in the next year, guys. And hopefully we will regain the strength and the ability to continue doing videos every single day, because this is what I want to do full time for you guys. I want to do this. I want to make movies and just give out as much pure, lovely entertainment as possible. Guys, you are a blessing. Craven, Wayne, Reaper, DJ, Jack, and oh my gosh, there's so many of you guys. Thank you all so much for commenting. We have somebody else out here. Castello Daniel Garcia, love the Amazon Prime Zero series. Yeah, actually, I've heard a lot of good things about it. Haven't seen it fully yet myself. I know a lot of people have recommended me for that. They're like, "You haven't seen that?" I'm like, "No." But I'm going to check it out, definitely, especially because you're on here. But if you're subscribed to the channel already, subscribe. Thank you so much for supporting and being on this live stream. Thank you guys so much for the lovely and beautiful support and comments. But thank you. Reaper Kisses, I love that idea. Thank you, man. 100%. You're a legend, dude. I love the support. It is amazing. Thank you so much. I'd give you a fist bump. Give him on right there. Let me know when you give me a fist bump. Yeah. Good job, Reaper. Good job. All right. So, guys, thank you so much for joining this Super Sexy Lemon Talk today about all things horror. And, of course, guys, I love you all tremendously. Gerald, you have anything to say before we dip out of this mofo? You have anything to say, bro? He's like, no. But Reaper, I'm glad you got it, man. I'm glad you got it. Thank you all so much again, and never forget, and we all know the words, lemons fly. We're going to say it again together. Say it with me, guys. Say it with me in the chat. And Craven, if you're still here, brother, let's support it. Say the lemons fly, brother. Say the lemons fly. We got a lot of good comments on here today, guys. This is awesome. Amazing support. Reaper, let's go, man. Let's go. But yeah, guys, it's all the time I have for the day. But of course, never forget that lemons fucking fly.